All right, we're good to go.
Leadership. Syntax.
All right, we're all set. We're all set. So today I wanted to stick on one item, and that one item is comprehension. It is a word that not many people use in regular conversation. It's usually an afterthought or something that comes when something is presented. Um, but what I'd like to stick on or give you a little bit of what I do um, as far as it's concerned with comprehension of things. Our brain is always working, even when you're asleep. That's where dreams come from. That's where twitches and all of this other stuff that happens, the ability to hear things, people moving around you. It's always awake. Your mind is the basis to everything that you do. So, in order to keep it at its best, there are certain things you want to do. There are different protocols that you would like to or might want to add to your um, daily or weekly. There are certain foods you want to eat. And my sister and I was going over some different foods and things that I just want to drop a little bit of knowledge on certain things that most people wouldn't think about. Um, Walnuts. If you have a nut allergy, of course you can't eat them, but walnuts support brain function. Okay, that's one. There are several different fruits that also support it. Avocado. Um, let's see. You can't hear me, or
Okay, no, I was trying to fix my audio.
okay, all right. Want to make sure. Welcome. So there are different foods that we're going to go over, periodically, not today, all of today, because there's a lot on this homework. But I just wanted to start giving you other things other than financial, so we can have a well-rounded group of individuals and we can share certain things and different things on this call. But we're still going to keep it in a financial understanding or comprehension. And that's, like I said, the word I'm going to stick on today. We comprehend by things we see, hear, and say. Also, when you write it. And I like to do, if you look at my notebooks that are in front of me and stay in front of me, I'm writing in it all the time. I don't claim to know everything, nor will I ever, but to reinforce things that you are going through, that's why you have homework, so that you can go over the assignments of the class and whatever else that you're doing, especially in school. Each class is different. So you can't have one homework and, it used to be like that when you were in kindergarten. It was just to learn your alphabet, and that was it. So we have taken and gone from alphabet to different categories, situations, understandings, and things of that nature. But comprehension is different than understanding. Okay, they're two different things. They're similar in the same word capacity, but they're different. You can understand something that, if you touch it, it's hot, don't touch it. You understand that. But comprehending what heat is and understanding the mechanics of the energy that's creating the heat, that's comprehension. So the same thing with finances. we know what money is, or supposed money. The stuff that we're carrying, as I've always said, is a note, a promissory note. It's not money. So we understand, but do you comprehend? Okay, the comprehension of money doesn't allow you to call it money. You'll call it a note because that's what it really is. And when you comprehend, then you know the difference between an actual dollar and a promissory note. Trust me when I tell you, 95% of people walking around right now call it money because that's what they've been told. And that's what you think it is. Okay, you go to the store, you're actually able to pick up something, give them some pieces of paper, and you can walk out of the store with it. Okay, yeah, you did it, but did you actually pay for it? If you think about it, and this is the comprehension of money, what you paid at the counter is a promissory note saying that you'll pay for it. So do you actually ever go back and pay for it? No. So literally everything that you have, when you comprehend the process of money, everything you have is in fraud. You didn't buy it. You gave a promissory note for it. The promissory note has what? Zero value. So in essence, we've all stolen things out of the store, if you think about it. Okay. So it is the comprehension of money that will help you understand how to work with it. Now, the other part of that comprehension is knowing the difference when the change happens. So you're looking at a piece of paper right now that says $1, right? It's green. It says Federal Reserve note right across the top of it. It tells you what it is. A lot of people don't look at it. They just see $1. And they know if they go to the store, they can give something or get something for giving it. So the mindset is defrauded. Everything we're doing right now is in fraud. Even the taxes that they so-called say that you're paying, you're not paying anything. You don't have anything to pay. So that's the switch that I want to switch on all of you. Know what you have, okay? Value comes from support. Just like the value of this class every Saturday morning is us as a group of adults is supporting you by knowledge, sharing knowledge. Yeah, it's just me, but sometimes, you know, the others speak on certain topics and you're here. So comprehension to me is knowing the difference of how to understand something. All right? Like I said, there's the physical and there's the mental. Same thing applies to the money. So let's look at comprehension with promissory notes. So we are in the process of an evolution. There are things coming out every day, very quietly, like there is a coin, a digital coin that is starting to circulate that is going to surpass Bitcoin from what the information I know by leaps and bounds. And this is information that is not circulated openly, at least not yet. And that's the part of evolution. So if we know there are certain coins coming, there are certain digital representations of a country's monetary point, can't really say money because, like I said, we don't have it yet. But there's going to be a digital representation for each country. There's also going to be a paper for those who are just not ready. You notice I'm pointing at the head to move forward in the evolution of the money because the next evolution is digital. This is why you're being prepped. This is why you now have a better understanding or comprehension of the evolution of money. You know where it came from. You know where it's going. Okay. So comprehension to me, for all of you, is having the ability to decipher where you are and recognize the switch. Okay. Recognizing the switch means you comprehend evolution of currency or evolution of a financial support of a country. Right now, ours is in shambles, complete shambles. If you've been paying attention to what is going on with the president and Doge, you will see all of the waste and all of the things that have happened over the course of all, and I'm saying all because it's a failed system. You'll always hear me say that. All of the prior presidents, okay, all of them. No one is clear of what I'm about to say. And that is mismanagement of the financial support of this country, period. No one is excluded from it. The current president is trying to do something about it 100 years too late. Okay? So it is going to be a battle that is playing out as we speak right now. It's happening. Remember, I told you you're in the middle of a financial evolution. You're witnessing it. It's quiet, it's slow, but it's happening. And I hope and pray that everybody on this call, including you guys, because you're the future with this, you really have to comprehend it, is recognizing the evolution that is happening. Now, will it be easy? Absolutely not. There's a lot of people that want the destruction of this country, not just people outside of the country. They're right here with us, and they want to see the country fall. That's why they're fighting so hard. Plus, they don't want to be exposed for all of the money that was stolen or taken, or the note. It's not even money. So they're fighting over something that has zero worth, which is funny to me. I just sit back and laugh, because when you comprehend what they're fighting over, what is it? A promissory note. So are you really rich? Absolutely not. Okay, so it is a tool, like Jaden the other last week put it in there. I called it. It's a tool, and it should be treated as such. Never put yourself behind it or it over top of you, because it is a tool, it's a thing, and it should never be above you. You should be above it and use it as it's needed, as a tool. Now, I said all that to say this: the comprehension of knowing the difference between a promissory note and something that is financially backed. Okay, this is not a conversation that we've had as of yet as a country, as a whole, because we've only known the fiat dollar. Well, some of the seniors know about the silver certificates when it was real money. That's when it was real. But for greed purposes and deception, all that was switched with the stroke of a pen. You'll hear that more times than you care to understand or wish, but it is a very true statement. Someone's signature on a document can change your life, literally. Think about it. You get into court, you get into an issue, and if that judge doesn't like you or whatever, and he signs the docket that you go to jail for 6 months, guess what? Your life just changed with a stroke of a pen. All right? Or vice versa. You get on that stage and you get handed a piece of paper, a document that says congratulations, graduation, and at the bottom of your diploma is going to be a signature. Someone's stroke of a pen changed your life with your well, basically granted the change of your life because you put the work in, just like you're putting it in right now. All right, so that's that. Comprehension is something I want you to really look at. So definitely, you don't have to put it as homework because I've already gone over it, but start using it and apply the difference between understanding something and comprehending it. Okay? Comprehending it goes in all the aspects of whatever that is. And that's the way I look at life. I look at all the aspects of it. I try not to miss too many things, but I'm human just like everyone else, just like you. You're going to make mistakes. And making a mistake is just that. Don't let it change who you are. Let it change how you are, how you apply yourself after learning that or comprehending that issue. Okay. So that's what I wanted to talk about as we go further, because some of these words and situations, because we're going to move from words into probably statements. And I'm going to look for you to see if you can comprehend the difference between it. Okay, so again, there is the physical, like a hot stove. You know, if you touch it, you're burnt. It's going to hurt, and you have to go get medicine. If you look at that same stove and say, okay, the light is on, it says surface hot, now you know not to touch it. It sounds simple. It sounds like that's common sense. Exactly. But some people don't have that, or they don't use it. They have it, but they don't use it. I want you to use it on everything you do from this day forward. Everything. Apply comprehension. And if you don't have it for a particular situation, thing, whatever, even in a conversation, if someone asks, well, what's your opinion? If you don't comprehend the actual situation, tell that person, I'll get back to you. Go do your research, because the worst thing you could do, and this is along the lines of integrity, is to lie. You know you don't know the situation or the whatever it is being discussed, and you get put on Front Street and you think, oh, okay, well, everybody's looking for me to answer this question. What do? I'll get back to you, because you don't comprehend it. You may kind of understand it. That's kind of like a idea, but do you really comprehend what that question is or what that situation is? If you have to answer, put your precursor in front of it. I haven't had a chance to study it, but my opinion, which is different than comprehending, you're letting a person know up front, this is what I think is going on here. You can put that out first. Don't be afraid to not know. That's what learning is about. And there's a lot of people that'll hide behind that and just flat out lie. Don't lie. Don't be a liar. It's a very vicious habit. It makes your integrity go to the floor. And it's just not worth it. It's not worth you sacrificing your integrity. If you don't know, say you don't know, or my opinion. That's the easier way to say I don't know. In my opinion, such and such, such and such. But let me get back to you after I've had a chance to, research it. When you say things like that, people put you in a different category instantly, because they see, number one, that you are willing to communicate, but you're not going to put your foot or feet in your mouth. I like saying it like that. Of course, it's not possible, I don't think. But anyway, don't lie, because you're coming up as coming into an adult or a teenager. The last thing you want to lose is your integrity, even with yourself, even if, it's just you. Keep yourself at the highest point. That's why the statement that you hear from me when people ask, how are you? Blessed and highly favored. There's a reason for those statements. So if you keep yourself there, your comprehension and ability to do it is going to stay at a high level. And your integrity is going to keep you right there because you're going to speak to people clearly, look them in the eyes, and tell them exactly what's happening. Okay? Comprehension. Just keep it in your back pocket. All right. So now the floor is you. Who would like to go first? Nope, I got to turn
Yes,
off.
I would like to go first.
Good. Yes, sir.
So the first word is dividends. A dividend is the money a company pays to its shareholders from its profits. It's a way for companies to share their earnings with the people who invest in them. For example, imagine you own 10 shares of a company and the company announces a $2 dividend per share. You would receive 10 shares times $2 equals $20. This is your share of the company's profit. Now, shareholder. A shareholder is a person or company that owns shares of a company. Shareholders are partial owners of the company and may receive dividends if the company makes profits. For example, if you buy 50 shares of a company like Apple, you become a shareholder of Apple. This means you own a small part of the company and could earn money if the stock price goes up or if Apple pays dividends. Financial advisor. Financial advisor is a professional who helps people manage their money, invest wisely, and plan for their financial future. They give advice on things like saving, investing, budgeting, and retirement. For example, if you want to save money for college, but don't know the best way to invest, a financial advisor could help you choose the right savings plan, like a 529 college savings plan to grow your money over time. Now, investor. An investor is a person or company that puts money into a business stock or other assets with the goal of making a profit. For example, if you buy Tesla stock because you believe the company will grow and its stock price will increase, you're an investor. If the stock price goes up, you can sell it for profit.
Perfect. Thank you, sir.
I made you sit back in your chair, did it?
Yeah. You always do a good job. Proud of you.
Thank you.
Mr. Lewis, can I go?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Investor is an investor is an individual that puts money into an entity such as a business for a financial return. The main goal of any investor is to minimize risk and maximize return. It is in contrast with a speculator who is willing to invest in a risky asset with the hopes of getting a higher profit. There are many different types of investors. There are retail or individual investors, which are individuals who invest in securities and assets on their own, usually in smaller quantities. There is an institutional investor, which is a company slash organization that invests in securities or assets such as real estate. Then there are self investors, which are individuals who prioritize their own physical, mental, and emotional health. This can present itself in a multitude of ways, such as finances, academics, strategies for work, and more. A dividend is the distribution of a company's after tax profits to its shareholders, either periodically or as a special one time insurance. This is something that typically happens quarterly or annually. Dividends can be distributed by classification in two different ways, that is, preferred dividends and common dividends. Preferred dividends are dispersed out to holders who have preferred shares, which takes precedence over common shares, hence why it's called preferred shares. Common shareholders are contractually restricted from receiving any funds if preferred shareholders receive nothing. Shareholder, also known as stockholder, is a company, organization, or a person that owns stocks within a company or corporation. In order to be considered to be considered a partial holder or a partial order, excuse me, they must have a minimum of one share within the company stock or mutual fund. They receive dividends if the company is doing well. This also puts them in a position where they have the right to vote on certain things regarding the company and to be elected as an official member of the board of directors. As simple as it may sound, being a shareholder isn't simply about investing and then receiving. They also have responsibilities within the company as well, such as brainstorming ideas and actively making the decisions regarding the power of the board of directors. They decide on how well a director is going to be compensated, and they must do this precisely and based on the cost of living where the director lives without compromising the company's finances. And they also have the power to make changes to the laws of the company. They also have the right to check and go over the bank statements of the company. A financial advisor is someone that guides or directs the proper path for you to take regarding your finances. They are set in place to help you navigate major life decisions when it comes to money, whether that's planning a wedding, saving for retirement, going to school, or minimizing debt. They create comprehensive plans that allow you to be prepared for any financial changes, whether big or small. They are paid hourly and through flat fees, commission, or a percentage of assets under management, which is typically around 1%. It has been stated that one of the major keys to having a good relationship as a financial advisor with your client is to connect with them on a personal level and to remember that it's not just about numbers. What many don't realize is that having a plethora of financial issues takes a toll on your mental health. It causes a rise in blood pressure, stress, and sickness in the body. Having a financial advisor can reduce these things, and it can help you manage your money in a way that you might not have been able to do yourself. And I did the bonus word, board of advisors. They are a group of experienced professionals who offer non-binding advice to a company in order for them to successfully achieve their goals. While a board of directors is a key factor in organizing the financial success of the company, sometimes what's needed is something out of the box, which includes skills, knowledge, and a fresh perspective. These individuals provide strategic oversight and direction. They stand in support of the company's goals and objectives, and they provide mentorship. They are set in place to give advice regarding any subject matter when the matter at hand goes beyond the board of directors' expertise. By creating a board of advisors with trusted individuals, a company reduces the risk of hiring an outside consultant who may not have the best interest of the company at heart. And that's it for me.
Excellent job. Excellent job.
Thank you.
Hey, what's up? I like to go next.
Yes, sir.
All right. Dividends. A dividend is the distribution of corporate profits to qualified shareholders. Purchase order. A purchase order is a legal document form that specifies items, quantities, prices, and credit terms for a purchase from a vendor. Shareholding. Shareholding are the shares of a company that a particular person or organization owns, considered together as a unit. Financial advisor. A professional who provides expertise for clients' decisions around money matters, personal finances, and investments. Board of advisors. A group of experts that provide guidance and advice to a company or organization. Investor. An investor is a person or organization that puts money into financial plans, property, and other things with the expectation of getting a profit. And that's it for me.
Perfect job. Thank you, sir.
You're welcome, Otawa. My little sister doing something right now.
Okay, no problem. Who's next?
May I go next, please?
Yes, sir.
Okay. A dividend. Dividend is a payment made by corporation to its shareholders, usually a portion of its profits. Companies distribute dividends as a way to reward investors for owning shares. Shareholder. Shareholder, also known as stockholder, is an individual company or institution that owns at least one share of a company's stock. Shareholders are considered partial owners of the company, and the ownership stake depends on the numbers of shares they hold. Financial advisor. Financial advisor is a professional who helps individuals and business manage money, investments, and financial planning. Investor. An investor is a person or entity that allocates money into assets like stocks, bonds, real estate, or businesses to generate profit. Board of advisor. A board of advisor is a group of experienced professionals who provide guidance and strategic advice to a company or organization. That's it. That's all I got.
Excellent job. Thank you, sir. And that first word is dividends. All right. Who's next?
Mr. Lewis, may I go next?
Yes, ma'am.
Dividends are payments distributed from a company to its investors. It is a payment for when you invest in a stock and the investor gets paid quarterly in the form of cash or stock reinvestment. Some stocks don't pay dividends, so you have to specifically choose the dividend stock if you're interested. A shareholder is a partial ownership to a company and its profit. A shareholder could be a person, company, or organization that owns shares. Shareholders have the right to vote on certain company matters and receive dividends if the company wants to pay. Even though shareholders own part of the company, if something were to happen, the shareholders would not be liable like the company, but their shares would tank. Financial advisor is someone who professionally provides advice and services to clients based on their financial situation. A financial advisor has to go through specific training in order to provide advice and services. An investor is just a person with money putting more money into something like a person or a business, stocks and bonds in hopes of making a bigger profit or getting another benefit. Their aim is to grow their wealth and generate income by investing their funds in various assets. Sometimes investing is risky because the stock or whatever you put the money into could collapse at any moment, but without risk, there is no reward. And that is it for me.
Excellent job. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank
Mr.
you.
Lewis, could I go next?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Dividends are payments that a company that a company gives to its shareholders as a reward for owning its stocks. When a company makes a profit, it can choose to share part of that money with investors instead of keeping it all. Dividends are usually paid out in cash, but sometimes companies give extra shares instead of not at all. Not at all companies pay dividends. Some prefer to reinvest their profits to grow their business. Receiving dividends is a way that investors can make money from owning stocks. A shareholder is a person or a company that owns part of a corporation by buying its stocks. The more shares someone owns, the bigger their stake in the company. Shareholders can earn money through dividends or by selling their shares at a higher price. They also get to vote on important company decisions like choosing the board of directors. Being a shareholder means you are a partial owner of a company, but you are not responsible for debts. A financial advisor is a professional who helps people manage their money and make smart financial decisions. They give advice on things like saving for retirement instead of investing in stocks and creating a budget. Some financial advisors work for banks or investment firms, while others run their own businesses. People hire financial advisors to help them grow their wealth and avoid bad financial choices. A good financial advisor helps clients make plans for both short-term and long-term financial goals. An investor is someone who puts money into businesses, stocks, real estate, or other things with the goal of making a profit. Investors take risks because there is no guarantee they will make money. But smart investors could grow over time. Some investors focus on short-term profits while others invest in long-term, like saving for retirement. Big companies, banks, and even regular people can be investors. The most successful investors do research and make sure careful decisions before putting their money into something. And that's it for me.
Excellent. Excellent. Thank you. Anybody else? Okay. I just want to piggyback on what these words. Again, prior classes, or I'm just going to call them classes, whatever. If somebody got something to say about it, they just can voice their opinion. To me, this is class. All right. So the prior classes, we talked about these very things. I'm going to bring back to your memory. Shareholder. A shareholder is not always with a company. It's not always with a specific thing, but it is definitely a position that all of you are holding at this very moment and didn't even know it. Financial advisor, I'm going to get to how and why in just a minute. Financial advisor doesn't always mean you have to be a college graduate in accounting and get licensed to be a financial advisor. By law, you have to have the license to advise people financially, which I try to stay on here every call. I need to get better at it. That any and everything that I speak on this call is opinion only, my opinion. To get financial advice, legal advice, contact a licensed vendor. Same statement. Financial advisor, you can be a financial advisor, and you are, as far as I'm concerned, going through this evolution of finances. Investor, you are also an investor and have been doing so for what, a year and 6 months, 8 months, 2 years now. No, yeah, somewhere around in there. Investor, you are a investor. So now I'm gonna glue all three of those words together and you'll see what the comprehension of what I just did and what we should be doing and still. Shareholder, you are a shareholder in yourself. Okay, you're getting education on finances. You're also self-reliant, learning how to be. You are learning how to manage your life in the better and not a bunch of mistakes coming off the graduation of high school and then also graduation of college. You should have a clearer, better understanding of you because you've been a shareholder, I don't know why it's so hard to say, all your life, and you will continue to be that same person. Financial advisor, you are your own financial advisor because you are learning the evolution of finances. You are learning how to manage said finances. You're learning different values of how you are to work with finances. Like Jaden said, it's a tool. Never think of money or so-called money as something that you have to climb for. No, it's the other way around. You make the money climb to you by being vested in yourself and understanding how to manipulate and work with it as a shareholder in yourself. You are your own financial advisor. You're not going to allow people to just take money from you. You're going to question everything, period. Okay? Investor, you are a self-investor. You've been doing it for a year plus. Okay? The $3.50 that we started putting aside a week is self-investment. You are already investing. Okay, so never think, well, always think that any particular skill set does have two sides to it, the licensed side and the self side. Okay, as a self-investor, you are investing in yourself so that you have finances later on, or if you want an Xbox or a brand new pair of skates, whatever it is. Self-investing happens when you understand or comprehend finances. Okay, some of you get allowance, some don't, and that's okay. It is how the system works. Basically, you invest when you have it. If you don't have it, mentally invest. Okay, when I start getting, or when I get my first job, remember it's a job, just a bite, just a bite. When I get my first job and I see what my weekly pay is, I'm going to invest in myself $30. Okay, don't make it something that is going to get in the way of financial obligations like a cell phone bill, or you shouldn't have bills at this age, but if you do, whatever you're working for and with, dissect that paycheck. You should be able to mentally dissect it. If you're following these three words, shareholder in you, financial advisor in you, an investor in you, you keep those three things right here. And always, whatever you do financially, keep those three things, because those three things are you. No one's going to invest in you like you will, unless you don't comprehend it, which I'm hoping that we're getting through the understanding of it and into the comprehension of it. Remember, understanding that the stove is hot, you have to touch it first to find out, right? Oh, that's hot. So next time you turn the stove on, you comprehend not to touch that. You see how that works? Same thing with these three words, shareholder in yourself. First, you have to get money. You have to start receiving something on a regular basis, which should be in a week or less. And then you take that whatever that is, and you start applying it to you. I'm a shareholder in myself. So I have to make sure this company, self, stays aboard, stays on top, stays financially secure. So I'm going to take $30 or whatever it is, whatever number you decide, but always make sure that you're not saving so much that you're shorting your obligations. Okay, it's a trade-off. $30 is going to go such and such, either digitally into a wallet, or if it's, paper, $30 goes somewhere that you're putting it. Financial advisor, you are advising yourself on what to do with your finances. Now, of course, mom and dad is also going to step in that role and make sure you're doing that correctly. But be that person that is willing to listen. Don't think because you've gone through this class that now I don't need to listen to mom and dad, or I don't need to listen to nobody else. Still be open. We're always learning every day. Every day when I turn on this computer, I'm learning something about financials because I'm trying to stay above what's actually happening on top of my situation. So you take that $30, if that's what it is, you put it away. All right. That's you investing in yourself. Very important that you understand those three words or comprehend them and apply them. Okay. So with that being said, let's get our statements. As I said, things are going to change. They're changing right now. First statement, why invest in self. That's the first one. Why invest in yourself? Why is the question here. Number two, what mode of financial investing should I do? What mode of financial investing should I do? That's going to be a really big one if you're understanding the question. Number three, I was just thinking of it. Give me a moment. What skill set makes the most sense in financial foundation? The question again, what skill set makes the most sense in a financial foundation, your financial foundation? What skill set do you need? Or sets with an S, set or sets, skill sets. What do you need to have a secure financial foundation? And the last one, how do I apply my level of comprehension? Of financial security. Now, a lot of these are going to be, or should be, you can't look these up. You have to look in here. You have to look in here. These two items, the heart and the head, the brain. Some of them can be looked up. Some of them can be looked up, but go ahead, Kristen.
Sorry to interrupt you, but could you repeat the last one again, please?
Sure. The last one is, how do I apply my level of comprehension of financial security? How do you apply what you've learned thus far to your financial security? Everybody got all four?
Thank you, Mr. Lee.
Say that one more time.
I said thank you.
Oh, you're welcome. Anybody else need? You got all four? Okay. So these four items, you can look them up, some of them. You can chat GPT it to see what it says, but I don't want those answers. Okay? We're going to start evolving into you. I want to know where your head is, how you have comprehended what we've talked about thus far, so I can find out who needs help. Do not think for a second or to be embarrassed that you need help. That's the whole reason for the call, sweethearts. That's the whole reason for the call. So my objective and my point here is to push you up as far as I possibly can. And if that requires me giving extra, I don't have a problem with that. That should be obvious. I want you to be stronger mentally than I am. The whole purpose is to, if you ask your mom and dad, is to push you up so that you have a better life than they did. I don't have kids, so I'm doing it with all of you. So I'm going to pour into you everything I know so that you know more than me. That's the whole purpose. I don't have a problem with you learning more than me or bringing things to it, which brings me to the next thing. I've tested a couple times, you guys, you didn't see it, but I tested. And the test was, you give me homework. And you jumped on it immediately. So I know you want to input, and I encourage it. It's something that helps you break out of that shell. It helps you to know that your words matter. And you too can put someone else to work. The sooner you know that, the sooner you are comfortable participating, the better you become on the other end. Because you won't be shut down. I don't want anyone on this call to think you are shut down either because you don't know or, super shy or, just reluctant to input. It's okay. This is how we get out of that. Because you'll notice if you're able to speak clearly, if you're able to speak with direction, people will come listen. Is that a true statement? That's a question to you. You can answer. Unmute and answer. What do you think? Hello.
Sorry, Mr. Lewis, can you repeat the question?
So if you're able to speak, like when I come on this call, and you are able to speak clearly and with direction, will people listen?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they would.
Yes.
Yes. So you all have that right. You have that ability, and I want you to exercise it on this call so that you get used to doing it. You will find that as you move through this part of it, this is where I'm going to pick on you guys. Okay, I'm still going to do the course as we're going, but I'm going to involve you in it. So get ready. This will be the last quiet call. Okay, I'm going to start involving you in the conversation so that you get used to talking. Okay, it's going to help you in more ways than you think. Because when you have a real, valid conversation on a topic, it makes you work this piece of meat up here. Okay? You're going to work it, and you're going to work it verbally. I know that's putting chills down some people's back, but shake it off. It's okay. I don't expect you to know everything in the book or what's out here. I just need to hear from you. Okay? Input is output. Because what you put in, you get out. Trust what I'm telling you. You know how good I feel after this call every Saturday morning, how much I look forward to it. to impart with you guys. It's the highlight of my week. Trust me. All right. So you got your four items for next week. Like I said, some you can look up. Most of it should come from here, in here. What you think about these statements, just be free and speak on it. Write it out or whatever. And then we'll hear from you next week. I'm going to go over them one more time. Number one, why invest in myself? Number two, what mode of financial investing should I do? What mode of financial investing should I do? Number three, what skill set or sets with an S makes the most sense in financial foundation, in my financial foundation? Put my in there, in my financial foundation. How well are you preparing yourself? And are you doing it? And the fourth one, how do I apply my level of comprehension of financial security? How do I apply my level? Everybody's level is different on here. And I don't expect to hear the same thing from everybody because everybody's different where your comprehension is of financial security, your financial security of my, put my there again, because this is all about you guys. How do I apply my level of comprehension of my financial security? What do you comprehend about this whole statement? Okay, everybody good on all four? That's a
Yes,
question.
Mr. Lewis.
Thank you. Yes. That's a question, so you can unmute and let me know you got it. All four? Everybody got all four?
Yes, Mr. Lewis. Thank you.
Yeah, I got it.
Cool, thank you. I'm gonna do something different for you guys this week before I let you go, which is we still got 3 minutes. Because I'm trying to get you off here by 12. You get a whole hour. Are there any questions? Because I can literally fill them.
Mr. Lewis, I do have a question. I've been meaning to ask you this for a few calls now, but
Mhm.
so what exactly are your thoughts on Project 2025?
All right, that's a homework assignment. I think I hit it before, but I'm going to go over it again because now it's in play. So I will answer that question next Saturday.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Lewis.
Mm-hmm. Anybody else?
Mr. Lewis, I don't think you did go over all the homework that we each asked you because I asked you to go over um the origins of Freemasonry and stuff like that, I
Yeah.
believe.
Yeah, I missed that one. Origin. My apologies.
Oh, no worries at all.
Mason. Again, that's a deep one. So next Saturday. Thank you. Was there anything else I missed on that?
Sorry, what did you say, Miss Willis?
Was there anything else, or was that just a single one from you?
Yeah, it was Freemasonry and sororities and
I thought there was
fraternities.
2 parts.
Yeah.
Sorority, okay. Those are dangerous.
I have a question.
Yes, ma'am.
Um,
Could you go over your thoughts on what they're planning to do with the education system, please?
That's a good question.
Thank you.
So we're going to call it Education System 2025 and beyond. My thoughts. Okay.
Hey, so what's your thoughts on young people like my age having access to guns?
Access to guns.
Yeah.
Okay. Put you down. Hold on. Now, do you want the legal answer or you want my answer?
I want your honest opinion.
Because they are different opinion. Okay, got it. Anybody else? That's it. All right, we're 1 minute after. I want to thank all of you, first of all, before everybody bounces out. You guys are doing an excellent job. Again, this work is for you. And I'm impressed every Saturday. Like I said, I look forward to this call just to hear from all of you. And I would like to hear from all of you. You know who you are. The only way, like I say, that you evolve into the financial future is to first comprehend the things that we've talked about. And if you don't speak on them, it's going to be difficult. And that goes for pretty much everything in life. If you don't have a conversation about a particular subject, you get into a one-minded set or one-mind answer or way of life instead of having a well-rounded objective, which would be ask questions, answer questions, be present in whatever that subject is. So if it's algebra, if you don't really understand it, or you understand it, but you don't comprehend algebra, you need to do something about it. Don't wait until you get presented a situation. If you had taken the opportunity to discuss it, you're in a disadvantage. Okay, that's self-destruction. Even though it could be something as simple as tying your shoes. You might be doing it wrong. Or you've just been getting by because you've never really discussed it. So my thing here, on top of financial literacy and understanding your evolution of it, is to get you to grow, not too fast. I don't want a bunch of little adults, but I do. You know what I mean? I want you to evolve along with your age. As you grow, you want to evolve into the next stage, into the next stage. Now, of course, I don't know how long we're going to do this class, but I would like to do it as long as you guys want to come to it. And over the time that goes by, you are going to evolve into a financier. Okay, that's pretty much the name of your class. So it's all about you. And I'm proud of you, all of you, even the ones that, speak every now and again. I'm still proud of you because you're here. That makes all the difference to me. Okay. But I would like to hear from you more so that you can start to grow. I'm not picking on you. I'm blessing you. Trust me. You'll find out later. Let's see. I think that's it.
Hey, Matavo.
Yes, ma'am.
It is Queenie. You did a great job, and your student was really, really excellent. I learned some things today from them.
I'm telling every week. Every week.
But I'm gonna ask you something. Do you gonna work today? I need to ask you just one small question. Could I call you after the call?
Yes,
Okay, thank you. They are excellent. I had to give it to them.
they
They're
really are.
excellent.
They really are. Very, they make me proud, I tell you that. All right. So now I guess we can open up and say good afternoon. Thank you so much. And we'll see you next week. And I'll start the call off with my homework.
Good afternoon, Mr. Montavo, Shakira.
All
Sorry
right.
for hopping on late.
Good afternoon,
Oh,
Mr.
okay.
Lewis.
Secure.
Thank you.
Oh, yeah, I sound a little different
Family.
today. That's because I had allergies.
Good afternoon, Mr. Lewis.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Mr. Lewis.
Good afternoon, Kayla. Kamatni? What was that? I didn't quite catch it. All right.
Good afternoon, Mr. Lewis.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Have a good day. God bless you all.
Awesome. God bless you.